Hi everyone, am I audible right now? Just let me check. Let me check here. Yes, MS Pony. We were talking about MS Pony. So yes, exactly. Now we are live. Okay, the voice is perfect. That's amazing. Okay. All right. So let's start today's session. In this session, we will learn how to. Yes, Amit Yadav. Oh my God, you are here. That's really interesting. So, Mr. Amit, कैसे हो आप? Hello. Yes, that's interesting right now. So here, today we will learn something that is really interesting and that is really important for being a speaker. Sometimes we speak so many things. ठीक है, very nice, Amit. Where are you from? कहाँ से हैं आप? So sometimes we think how we can speak as a native speaker and then how we can speak better English. So being better in voice, yes, Mr. Support in life for live, Mr. Raj, how are you, man? Yes, hello. Yes, Amit, you are in Delhi. That's great. Raj, bro, let me know one thing. Where are you nowadays? And nowadays you are disappeared itself. Yes, Raz, I knew it that you are Raz. That's interesting. Oh my God, Raz. So are you doing Raz somewhere or doing something else? Priyagraj, very nice. Okay. So actually we will start this kind of session, and in this session we will learn how to speak better and how we can be better in speaking. And here we have a book. Its name is the art of public speaking. When we think about public speaking is nothing but it is an art. So whenever you think I need to be correct, I need to be smart, you need to be fantastic speaker and impact, have to read books. And if you are reading these kind of books, आपको एक साथ दो चीजें मिलेंगी. First thing is that you will learn the rules and regulations, tips and tricks of public speaker, and also you can develop your speaking skills by reading it. Okay, Mr. Raz, he is asking that where are you, sir? In room. I cannot disclose that where I am right now because you didn't even call me, and you are. Oh, which kind of person you are, Mr. Raj? Basically, so is sometimes I thought that you don't love me and even you don't call me. So I was really like thinking that I can. So oh, you are in Prayagraj. So what are you doing there, Mr. Raz? Let me know. Oh, Mr. Raz, hurry up, hurry up. I thought that your typing skills is very smart and very nice. Hello, Devasish Roy. That's amazing, Devasish Roy. Hello. So yeah, here we are going to impact on our speaking skills and how we can be impactful English speaker. Like for being a speaker, you don't need all these kinds of rules and regulations, tips and tricks Apart from it, you all will have to think about all those things that will help you to be a smart, impactful speaker. For being impactful speaker, you need to gather a lot of knowledge, and that will help you and that will push you to be a speaker. Yes, Mr. Raz, you are doing preparation. That's great. So you are my top fans. Actually, the cron, when you type a message, there is a cron for government job. That's really interesting, Raz. That's great. So prepare, and my best wishes for you. Always you will be a good and impactful human being. The way you do hard work, it is really impressing, and it is really impactful. I have seen your personally, and like actually we were living together, so that was the reason I know about you a lot of things. So always try to do hard work with smart work. Nowadays you will have to see see and know about other things as well, because that will help you to be fast. Like for being fast in any kind of war, you will have to know side effects and benefit, and as we can say that disadvantage of that things as well, and the plannings others are doing, you will have to know about that. सो दैट इज रियली इंटरेस्टिंग. अगर आप लोग इस वीडियो को देख रहे हैं तो आप थोड़ा सा एक बार लाइक कर दीजिएगा. आई ऑलवेज डू हार्ड वर्क with your ups. All right, so it's interesting. Okay, so here we are going to learn the art that will help us to be very famous, and that will help us to be great and impactful speaker. So here I'm going to read and how reading is impacting on our speaking skills. It will be great for you. So here we are going to know about the chapter. Okay, so here we are going to speak something like, I will just read it, but I know that you all are reading these kind of things, but you don't get some more benefit of that. So I will show you something that will really helpful, and you will be really impactfully speaker anywhere, right? So that's interesting. Here we are going to do it. Okay. In public uses, the terms pronunciation, enunciation, and articulation are synonyms, but real therefore be defined as the utterance of a syllable of a group of syllables with regard to articulation and enunciation. Like articulations, sometimes we think that articulations means something that is really different, but when you think, like we people a lot of things, but we don't impact on audience. Suppose here I'm speaking, and if I don't impact on you all, it will be nonsense for me. That I only speak energize, I don't make you realize these all things, so that you can also impact in your, and you can also use in your life. So that is really interesting. If you want to learn English language, these kind of reading will really help you to be fluent in English speaking. So yes, here we are going to read it ahead. Distinct and precise utterance is not the most preposterous It is to hear speakers making sounds of inarticulate under the contained delusion that he is telling something to his audience. Telling telling means communicating, and how can he actually communicate without making every word distinct, right? So sometimes we don't need to speak every word, but separately. We need to understand the impactful or important word of the sentence. Suppose when you speak something, like suppose you have 5 or 10 sentences, right? So in each and every sentences, you will have to understand that how many words are really impactful or important for us. Suppose you speak, I want to eat something. If you speak, I want to speak, oh sorry, I want to eat, means on which words you stress, that means you are showing your things that is really needed. So here we are going to go ahead, right? Pronunciation results from either physical deformity or habit. A surgeon or a surgeon dentist may correct a deformity, but your own will, working by self observation and resolution in drill, will break a habit. All depends upon whether you think it worthwhile. So sometimes to the sentences according to the feeling of the sentences, and then you can really make your speaker realize, and that will be really impactful for you, right? Defective speech is so widespread that freedom from it is the expectation. It is painfully common to hear public speakers mutilate the King's English. If they do not actually murder it, as Curran once said, they often knock an eye out. Sometimes, being a speaker, you will have to understand how I can impact on the sentence, on the words, and that means you need to kill the words by speaking something. And when you see that it is really important words of the sentence, you need to impact on that. A Canadian clergyman writing in a homiletics review relates that in his student days, a classmate who was an Englishman split his country church for a Sunday. One of the following he conducted a missionary meeting. In the course of his address, he said some farmers thought they were doing their duty toward missions when they give their hearts and hands to the work, but the Lord required more. At the close of the meeting, a young woman seriously said to a friend, I am sure the farmers do well if they give their hogs and hens to missions. If it is more than afford, it is insufferable effrontery for any man to appear before an audience who persists in driving the of happiness, home and heaven, and to paraphrase Waldo Messeries, will not let it rest in hell. He who does not show in enough self-knowledge to see in himself such glaring faults, nor enough self mastery to correct them, has no business to instruct others. If he can do no better, he should be silent. He should be silent. If he will do no better, he should also be silent. If you do not do anything better, you should be silent. And when you do something important and speak better, you can make world aware about your important thing, and that will be really mesmerizing, and you can mesmerize your audience. Bearing incurable physical defects, and few are incurable nowadays. The whole matter is one of will. The catalog of those who have done the impossible by faithful work is as inspiring as a roll call of warriors. The less there is of you, say Nathan Shepherd, the more need for you to make the most of what there is of you. Articulation. Now we are going to learn articulation. Articulation is the forming and joining of the elementary sounds of a speech. When you join and form the elementary sounds of speech, which is really important and which is impactful for the sentence. It seems an appalling task to utter articulating the third of a million words that go to make up our English vocabulary. But the way to make a beginning is really simple. Learn to and with easy change from one to the other. Each of the 44 elementary sounds in our language. The reasons why articulation is so painfully slurred by a great many public speakers are for ignorance of the elemental sounds, failure to discriminate between sounds nearly alike, a slovenly, lazy use of the vocal organs, and a torpid will. Anyone who is still master of himself will they how to handle each of these defects. The vowel sounds are the most vexing source of errors, especially where diphthongs are found. Who has not heard such errors are hit off in this imitable verse by Oliver Wendell Holmes. Learning condemns beyond the reach of hope the careless lips that speak of soap. Her edict exiles from her fair abode. Clownish voice that utters roar, less turns to him who calls his coat a coat and steers his boat, believing it a boat. The pardoned one, our classic cities boast, who said at Cambridge most instead of most, but knit her brows and stampered by her angry foot to hear a teacher call a root. So basically, our motive of the session is that when we understand anything about English language, we all will have to do a really hard work. Like nobody can be a public speaker without doing hard work and along with smart work. Right? What is hard work and what is smart work in my point of view? Like this thing is the main and core thing of this particular area. So smartly or hardly you will have to do on that, you will have to do work on that particular things. But when we talk about smart work means you will have to learn from others how they all speak and how they use their words while speaking, how they make audience emphasize, how they make audience realize about whatever they are trying to speak. So we will have, our focus is to make audience realize that yes, you whatever you are speaking, that is really interesting, and you can be the smart, and you can make people aware about all those things, right? Let's get started again. The foregoing examples are all monosyllables, but bad articulation is frequently the result of joining sounds that do not belong together. For example, names. It's difficult to say beauty, but many persist in pronunciation duty as though it were spelled either duty or duty. So, our motive is to speak or pronounce a particular word correctly and precisely. It is not only from untaught speakers that we hear such slovenly articulation as column for column and pretty for pretty, but when even great orators occasionally offend quite as blushingly as less noted mortals. So we will have to speak particular pronunciation correctly so that you will be really impactful and you can make yourself strong in this area, right? Nearly all such are errors of carelessness, not of pure ignorance, of carelessness, because the car never tries to hear, the ear never tries to hear what the lips articulate. It must be exasperating to a foreigner to find that the elemental sound gives him no hint for the of bow, cough, rough, throw, and throw, and we can well forgive even a man of culture who occasionally lost his way amidst the intricacies of English articulation. But they they can be no excuse for the slovenly utterance of the simple vowel sounds which form at once the life and the beauty of our language. He who is too easy to speak distinctly should hold his tongue. Hold his tongue. Sonant sounds occasion serious trouble only for those who do not look with care at the spelling of words about to be pronounced. Nothing but carelessness can account for saving Jacob Baptist, Sewem, always, and satisfy. He he that hath yawns to yawn, let him yawn, is the rendering which an Anglophobic clear give of the familiar scripture. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. After hearing the name of Sir Humphrey Davy, pronounced a Frenchman who wished to write, the eminent Englishman thus addressed the letter: Sir Friday, accentuation. Accentuation is the stressing of the proper syllable in words. This it is that is properly called pronunciation, right? For instance, we properly say that a word is accented in white, though it is really an offense against only one form of pronunciation, accentuation. It is the work of the accents of a large vocabulary and to keep pace with changing uses. But an alert ear, the study of word or origins and the dictionary habit will improve to be mighty helpers in a task that can never be finally completed. So in this way, you all will have to speak and read the books. And reading book can, especially I'm talking about reading book, it will be good for and healthy for you if you are a student of English speakers, and if you want to be fluent in English speaking, so you can especially use it. So actually, we will be able to speak after some time. So while speaking, right now, when you read books, so do not just read that. Just try to try to do two things. First thing is just try to feel the sentence and just try to modulate sentences so that you will be able to place it there when you get chance to speak at any platform, right? So I hope this video will be very good for you all. And if you have any questions, you all can ask. Two people is live right now. That's amazing. Okay. So if you have any questions, आप पूछ सकते हैं questions. Okay. All right. So thank you, everyone. We will meet in next session. Till then, stay awesome, stay productive, and exactly we will try to do these kind of sessions, and it will give you realizations that how we can do the practice. Like sometimes people say that I don't have anybody to do practice, so exactly I started speaking in this way, and I will be really I will be speaking in this platform, and I will try to make my position higher every time so that I can be something which will make me impactful and valuable person and valuable human being as well. So right, thank you everyone. We will meet in next session. Till then, stay awesome, stay productive. Have a nice moment. Thank you everyone.